Sublime magnificence. Hey guys, you know who it is, what's going on, what is happening, where it's happening, why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent, big up with himself, Mario Feo Grande on YouTube, back with another episode of This Guy Hasn't Seen. Then, as usual, I'm joined by my co-host and running mate, one of my best friends in the world, El Director himself, Bill Smith.
Hey, Omari, thank you for having me back. As always, love being here, love doing this thing, love trading movies back and forth. One guy's seen, the other one hasn't. Sometimes it's new, sometimes it's old, sometimes we actually go back and forth, sometimes I double up
Mm.
because I want to hit a certain theme or I'm playing with a certain idea, or sometimes it's just that I have more than you. This time it's because I'm playing with a certain theme. Uh, what is this? Spooky month?
I
We're like
mean, a
we're a
little
month
early, but
early.
yeah. Yeah, might as
Um,
well be, right?
uh, uh,
Vampires at the
um,
very least.
yeah, I feel like you could delete 3 weeks this year out of our spooky month. We've done a lot of horror movies off off time in the off season, so maybe we can reduce spooky month this year. I don't know. Um, yeah. Anyway, we watched Sinners last week, and and I touched on how we there's some parallels to another movie I had seen before. Through that conversation, realized that you had not seen that movie. So I was like, oh, well, let's just throw that movie out there this week. So we're gonna watch From Dusk Till Dawn this
Yes.
week, 1996. Two criminals and their hostages unknowingly seek temporary refuge in a truck stop populated by vampires with chaotic results. It is directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it is written by Robert Kurtzman and Quentin Tarantino, and it stars Harvey Keitel, George Clooney, Juliette Lewis, as well as Quentin Tarantino, Selma Hayek, lots of folks. Um, uh,
Yeah.
Omari,
Had not heard of the film.
hadn't even heard
Uh
of it.
from Dust if it was thrown into everything else. 28 days later, Done Till Dawn, Dawn Rising, but
Red
sounds
Dawn.
yeah, just thrown in the pile of like horror related or horror adjacent movies. Although it had a name from Dusk Till Dawn, and if I didn't know or hadn't been told that, oh, Sinners reminds me of this movie, I probably wouldn't have guessed vampires for a little bit while watching it, which we'll get into.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, yeah, in a different world, I would have loved to, like, maybe
just
we would have watched
randomly
a Martin
suggested.
Scorsese movie, and then I would have been
Yeah.
like, hey, let's watch this movie called From Dusk Till Dawn, you know?
Yeah, just like, oh, Clooney and the others. All right. Wait a minute.
yeah. In another world, maybe I would have done that.
But
But I believe the trailer and marketing for this film also exposed
I
its
very
second
similar.
half.
To be fair,
Um,
it's to go with your parallels to Sinners. You could easily have made it a movie about just crime, brothers doing crime
yep.
and doing a thing, and it turned out to be vampire. So, like I said, we'll get into that part of it. But I was excited looking at the cast and stuff. And one of the things I also realized is I don't often see Tarantino in an acting capacity outside of something that he himself is directing so that he can, say
Yeah.
certain words on camera. Uh
Which is weird because that's one of his few times he's actually put himself on camera. And then it's the time that the character says that word
and
80 times. I don't know.
well, there's the storage one. I think he was in Django as well, and he
Oh,
got
I'm
to say
thinking
it a
of
few
Django. What are you
times.
which other one are you mentioning?
Is there a sign on my
Oh,
house?
of course. Of course. The coffee guy. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the storage for the dead individuals.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
individual with a capital N for the people at home. The
Yeah, that is curious. That is curious. That
yeah.
I, I'm sure I saw that correlation back when Django was new. I'd forgotten about it.
Ibn pointed, it was either Ibn or my brother-in-law that was the first to point that out to me about Tarantino specifically.
Yeah.
And then I noticed it and was like, oh, okay. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but the movies he's doing it in, and his characters usually end up dying or getting punished in some capacity anyway. The ones that are super racist. So, eh. At least the racist gets punished and he gets to live out his racist fantasy, I guess. But he also dies for it and shows it's wrong. I don't know. He also, Samuel L. Jackson says, well, he wouldn't have hired me if he was actually racist. So I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be shocked with how a lot of his expression of thought is that he's in that camp of like words are words and
Yeah,
words are only the power that you put into them kind of thing, and like
exactly.
I can
That could
say
also
whatever
be
I
the thing.
want, which, we've had those philosophical discussions. I'm not going to do it, but I'm also not going to be the arbiter of
Yeah,
fucking judgment or
yeah,
whatever. Um
same.
uh
Well, not in the
yeah.
fact that I won't use it. I won't use words outside of words that, are socially acceptable for me to use.
I mean, obviously if you're using them in malicious intents,
Well, yes.
I'm going to be a
See,
fucking
see, that's
arbiter of
me.
judgment
For
to
for
you.
for for, for me, it's context that matters.
If you're a white guy who's just like who thinks this is his way to fit in, like, hey,
Oh
soft
boy.
A words. Like I'm not gonna like crucify you, but you're not gonna find me doing that shit.
Yeah, it's like, and that's one of those things where I'm like, hey, buddy, look, you got to be careful where you're saying these kind of things because people will. There are people who don't care about no A or R. They don't want you saying it. But that has very little to do with this
Quentin
movie because he
wrote this
does not.
movie, and he doesn't. I don't know
I'm
if he
about to say,
says
I
the
don't
N
think he
word,
says it in this movie.
but he is a malicious rapist, sicko, foot
Yeah,
fetishist. Um,
which is
uh,
another rumor I heard about him as a
is another
director.
large rumor of his, which is mostly perpetrated by this film, and then him filming feet a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the film where it's like Quentin Tarantino's character is into feet. Um,
Yes. Very much so. Um, but yeah, we get into the movie and stuff because I didn't really have that much expectations aside from it's gonna be about vampires.
yep, you already knew that going in. We have an interesting cold open,
Yes.
with the liquor store.
Yeah, the robbery and stuff. It's like, okay, I'm thinking the sheriff's gonna matter. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not sure how I feel about our protagonist sheriff dude that doesn't really like the mentally ill people. Uh, but no, it turns real quick. That motherfucker dead, and we get the fucking robbery. Like you said, Tarantino proves he's one of those low dog, fucking I'm a loose cannon type motherfuckers, and he's just making up shit. Like I saw him, he mouthed, "Help me." He was doing so. It's like, oh my god. So he's gonna be a
Yeah, you're
problem.
like you immediately get the sense that he's like,
Yeah, he's going to be an issue.
yeah.
And then we can't even finish the opening credits after without showing that there's a woman in the trunk while they're driving away. It's like, what? They got a woman in the trunk too? Am I supposed to like these motherfuckers? And
No, you're not, but
yeah,
they do do a very they do try and put in the work for you to at least have sympathy for George Clooney on some level. Like you don't
yes.
like his character, but he's George Clooney. He's still very good looking, very charming, very smooth, and very vocally, I don't want people to die.
Yeah, once
I'm
he gets that little speech in the thing after he does what he does to the lady in the trunk,
right.
And he's like, "We're not supposed to be fucking killing people." Da, 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 da. It's like, okay,
Do
so
you think this is who I am?
yeah,
Like, yeah, that speech, that's yeah.
yeah. So that's like you said, it's like at least a little bit of legwork to be like, yes, they're criminals, but this guy, it's like he says in his line at the end of the movie, "I'm a bastard, but I'm not a fucking bastard."
Yeah.
And that's how you got to look at it. It's like, well, he's not irredeemable like his brother, but he's still
And
a
he
bad
like you got to tell yourself that he's like stuck with his brother. Like
exactly.
he's stuck with his brother. He's gotta like he loves his brother and he's just trying to find a situation where him and his brother can live, kind of thing, even though his brother is a sadistic, murderous psychopath and he already
Who?
knows it.
Yeah, and then he had that hallucination about the girl saying what she said to him. And I'm like, okay, yep, so it is indeed all in his head. Oh,
Yeah, Quentin has I've seen Quentin in interviews since then flat out say that he is playing a he's playing a schizophrenic. He is a schizophrenic psychopath and like all of it is lies and just like
hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, at first you
illusions
kind of
created by
wonder
him.
if you kind of wonder and you had this, shadow of a doubt. But then, yeah, for me, like all doubt whatsoever. I started, especially with the lady on the bed. I'm like, don't get on the bed with that man. Uh, but all shadow of a doubt of them doing something or making a move or whatever he's trying to
Right.
say went out the window when she says that to him, and he's like, huh? But yeah, and they have a lot of cool things. We meet the other family. They're doing their whole deal with the pastor and all that. I thought it was crazy when they got kidnapped to get their RV because I wasn't understanding what the point of it was at first. But eventually, we got to get to Mexico. We're using you. They had the whole border patrol scene in the bathroom where, up for dramatic tension or are we gonna get caught type shit. Uh, but eventually they make it to Mexico, and I'm like, damn, they're making it through all of this stuff so far in this movie, only to get killed by vampires. This is crazy. And then you see, and because, especially with me knowing it's vampires, you wouldn't, like I said, if you didn't see the trailer or anything, you wouldn't really know it. Maybe you'd be thrown off guard by the bar being like open from dusk till dawn, but you also would just be like, maybe that's just their gimmick.
Right.
Uh, and then sure enough,
I feel like once the doors close and we go into the interior of the bar, you can feel that the movie is
change it.
different.
Yes.
Like you don't, like you said, you might not like it would be very unlikely for you to be like vampires. But like
Wait a minute.
there's the second they're in that interior, you're like, all right, this is a different movie. This is a different
Hmm.
movie all of a sudden. Like it is shot differently. The dialogue feels different. The lighting is different. The casting is different
Yes.
by the extras and shit. We've got Fred Williamson, Tom Savini, who's like a big classic horror dude, like a indie horror god kind of guy. He's the guy with the whip.
Okay.
And
Oh, he's Sex Machine or whatever.
yeah,
Was Sex
and
Machine
then
also the dude with the
Fred
dick
Williamson
gun?
is the big giant dude. Um, that rips a vampire's heart out his chest.
Was
Uh,
Dick Gun?
Dick Gunn was Tom Savini, Sex
Okay.
Machine. Yeah.
Yeah. That was hilarious. The fact that he just has a dick gun.
Yep.
Um,
And we get Danny Trejo, a
Danny
Robert
Trejo,
Rodriguez must.
staple
I mean, same with you made a joke off camera. We
about
didn't touch
Cheech
on him.
Marin. Because I
Cheech
wanted to
Marin
first
is
talk
another
about him in
Robert
his fucking
Rodriguez requirement.
and his pussy monologue. We got all kinds of pussy here. We got big pussy, brown pussy, black pussy, white pussy, this pussy, that pussy, I'm a pussy, you a pussy, I'm a pussy everywhere.
Smelly pussy.
Smelly pussy, wet pussy. He just kept making up types
If
of
you can
pussy.
find cheaper pussy anywhere, fuck it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, I think not only Cheech Marin is a staple of Rodriguez films, don't quote me on this, but I think it may even be a staple of Rodriguez films that Cheech Marin plays multiple characters in Robert Rodriguez films.
Okay, yeah, I did like the fact that because yeah, I was saying off camera, I didn't know if I was just stereotyping or what, but I was like, are all three of these dudes Cheech Marin? No, clear. I'm just being ignorant right now. No, but I need to know more Mexican actors, but they were Cheech Marin.
At this point, speaking of Mexican actors, at this point, I need to shout out uh, Tito La Riva
All right,
and the band that is inside the bar because before it's awesome and it's really cool, groovy, sexy music and all that stuff and just cool bar rock music. And then after is really fun as well. But yeah, that lead singer is really good and then I mean obviously big scene like cultural thing in the like I feel like even if you didn't know the words dust if you didn't know the movie Dust Till Dawn, I feel like the image of Selma Hayek's scene in
yeah,
this movie
I more than
had to
likely
have
have
been in your
seen.
life at some
I more
point.
than likely have seen that shot somewhere because
I
I
mean,
mean it's Selma
it's
Hayek and
it's yeah, it's iconic.
yeah.
It is iconic. It's the reason why Britney Spears has a iconic VMA performance dancing with an albino boa constrictor. Like it became it's a cultural impact dance number. Like
Even think about this. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
um
Yeah. No,
yeah
it
the
was that was a great, that was a great scene for obvious reasons. Um,
hmm. Have you ever heard uh the legend of Selma Hayek's gifts from God,
no.
if I will? She openly tells this story. So I'm not saying anything out of school, I don't think, or inappropriate. When she was younger, she describes herself as rather flat and boyish of
Okay.
figured, and her family were visiting a very large religious icon, like iconography, like a statue of a saint or something. Um, and once the family trip was done, she claimed that she forgot something inside, ran back in, and from her own descriptions, shoves her hands into the holy water and begs the saint to bless her with boobs as she like rubs herself in holy water.
I feel like
And then the
I have
world was
heard her
given
tell this
Selma
some
Hayek.
story. That's hilarious.
um you know, I think everyone, man, woman, everyone owes a thank you to that statue
Yeah.
wherever it is somewhere
So it was
because Selma
very
Hayek
attractive. Very beautiful woman.
is a perfect human being, I
Yeah,
think.
indeed. Ageless at that, from what I can tell.
Fucking ageless, fucking ageless.
Like,
Like she's still beautiful, but she is starting to grow into being a beautiful older woman. There was like 30 years there where she didn't fucking age.
yeah,
It's insane. It's like Paul Rudd. Like we can't really use the joke anymore because suddenly in the last 10 years he actually is
starting to
growing
age.
some age. But there was like 20 years there where the man was not aging.
Yeah,
It's
he was
insane.
looking the same. Uh, but yeah, no, she does a great job in this movie, and her scene ends up ending in the reveal of everything being vampire related,
Yep, it
and
is the
we
flip
just
of the
start.
switch.
And like you said, it's a completely different movie now. Just
Yeah.
violence and death left and right. All these people die in different ways.
way more
Uh,
than in the movie we watched last week in Sinners, where it just you add vampires to the mix 50% of the way through. This is a different film. Like
yes.
there is a crime drama in the first half and a B horror movie vampire like schlock thing
Yeah,
in
where they're
the
just,
back
what
half.
kind of crazy kills can we come
Almost
up with?
comedy on some
Yeah,
levels.
what kind of silly kills can we come up with? Oh, I'm gonna pick up people like one thing each on the fucking table. The various other ways people get killed. The I did. Who was the? You said the big black guy was Fred something.
Fred Williamson.
Fred Williamson. Okay, pretty sure he was also in "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker." I could be wrong. That might have been
I was
James
thinking
Brown.
the same thing. He was in I can't. We were just discussing how I can't say that.
Oh. Of all the movie names.
Like IMDb has him here, I'll just there you go. That's what he's known for.
Whoa, okay. Well, I would not have expected. Not Spear Chuckers Jones. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Not Spear Chucker Jones. Like I saw the other one, that's crazy too, obviously, for obvious reasons. But then I just saw like, oh, he was on MASH. I didn't watch MASH, but who was he? Oliver Spear Chucker Jones.
He was a doctor.
Dr. Spear Chucker.
Oh God. You know, some people just work too long, you know?
Oh
Like
no. Have it. Oh no. Why? I'm sorry. For the people at home are like, why aren't you more offended, Omari? Because not the sequel. Not the sequel. There comes a point to where something's just so ridiculous, and the fact that it exists amuses me. That something that fucking terrible, like, or of an idea conceptually is a thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes some people weren't, he had to put in his work to get to where he
yep.
is.
He had to work in the 70s and the 60s. So
Oh
he had
my
to do some
goodness.
things.
Yeah.
He had to do some things from 1972 to 1970 something
74.
that uh
My goodness.
okay. Yep. Hey,
Hey, fair
these
enough. Uh, that's crazy.
anyway, so he gets to rip a heart out of a vampire and stab it with a
He
pencil.
totally gets to rip the heart out of a vampire and have it get stabbed with a pencil. He's cool as fuck in this movie. Um,
And really into his dominoes. But like not playing dominoes, like building little towers out of dominoes at the domino table.
yeah.
Like that's all of it. That's his business before it turns into a vampire movie. When he's just a guy at the bar, he's just really into assembling these little towers of stacked dominoes.
hmm Nah, he was cool. I did like how even though we had the brother also getting possessed in this movie like we did in Sinners, there was no hesitation. There was little hesitation, I'll say, in the stabbing. Like there was at first the "Don't you dare stab my brother," da 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 da, and then he just turns around. I think he starts looking at him, realizing, "Oh, this sick, twisted fuck is now also a vampire," and he's like, "Okay, hold him. Let me give you the peace
Yeah,
and death that I wasn't able to give you in life."
I feel like that's kind of the like the B movie staple coming into this film, or the horror genre that they're trying to do is like is our heroes just adjusting and being like egotistical and confident way too quickly. Like you said, like they just learned that vampires exist. Three-quarters of the bar patrons around them have just been gruesomely murdered, and they're like playing around with how fun they can kill the vampires. And they're like posing and like saying one-liners and and then yeah, they're totally cool with the fact that like eventually we get a speech from George Clooney or somebody, or it's either George Clooney or the dad who's like, it's fucking vampire. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think they are?
Yeah, no, it was a little of both because they find like after the first big wave, it's like, what are we doing? Well, I don't believe in vampires, but those are fucking vampires. And he's like, what do you think, man of God? Well, I don't believe in vampires, but I believe my eyes. Them's is vampire. And then he gives him the speech about you need to be a pastor because we need that's what we need right now. We don't need a
We need
pastor who lost.
God.
Yeah, we don't need a pastor who lost his faith. Someone who still believes in God can turn anything in here to a cross. He can bless the tap water here, and suddenly we got holy water. And it's like, it's crazy to think that that's all you really need for something to be holy water. It's for someone to ordain it as such. Because, I don't know, video games and other fiction, it's like, you need holy water to beat this thing. And it's like it makes it seem like it's such a precious commodity, which I mean, you still gotta find a pastor,
Yeah, you still need a priest
if
or a
you are
pastor.
one, but if you are one, then it's just just keep a canteen on you. Um, yeah. But we get the whole second wave of things. Dad gets bit. We have the whole thing about kill me, don't kill me. You mentioned the band. I like how they lost like right when they're like, well, we gotta kill them. They're just like, you good night.
Yeah, like so quickly, all their instruments turned into like human body parts.
Yeah, the
Like they were
second the
playing like a
reveal
man
happened.
guitar. How did
Yeah.
that happen? Where did that come from?
I was like, there's no way he was playing that the whole time they've been in here. I feel like I would have noticed. But yeah. But everybody starts running. The creature makes a cross out of the gun, which I thought was cool. The gun and the pipe to be the fucking cross
Yeah,
shotgun.
that's yeah, that's something that's always stuck in my memory is that it's really cool.
Yeah, and then we get the climax where all the bats get let in, and it turns out that, dad's gotta die. Brother got screwed, but
Brother got screwed. Man, and that had to have been painful. Like taking your
yeah.
fucking time and then he explodes? Damn.
Which was like, why?
You let him get gnawed on for like 30 seconds and then he fucking explodes? Jesus.
Yeah. But,
Kill me, Kate.
yeah.
Kill me.
Yeah, she kills him, and and then they saved by the sunlight busting in through the bullet holes that were made in the walls. So only for Cheech to show up. Hey man, what's my buddy said?
So we've got crime brothers on the run,
Yes.
vampire movie.
Vampire movie,
One
illegal
of them
dive bar.
turns. The entire second half of the film takes place in a bar.
Yeah, in a bar that, we weren't expecting vampires here tonight, but oh shit, we got them. So yeah.
Only
I
two make it out. One of the brothers and a secondary main character,
yeah.
and they're saved by the sun.
Yeah, in all honesty, there was a part of me, especially as we got near the end, I'm just like, okay, I understand this is a new IP, Sinners. One of the main things that it was praised about is that it's a new IP, but I feel like it borrowed heavily from this movie and took a spin on it and decided to also throw in borderline social commentary-ish things. so people focus more on that.
I feel
Oh, also to get the message out about social
yeah,
commentary.
right. Like there's plenty of shit that's different in it.
Yeah.
And but there are enough formatting beats to the general story of the script
Hmm.
to where I think it could have been shouted out in the process a little bit more. I found one interview, granted that may not be the only one exists, that's just the one that I've found of Ryan Coogler specifically stating that From Dusk Till Dawn and the movie The Faculty
Okay.
were large inspirations for him of the horror and vampire genre in making Sinners.
No, that
I feel
okay.
like yes, but I feel like From Dusk Till Dawn should be separated from that faculty statement a little bit.
Also
Like you,
true. I
you
don't get a lot
like
of
the faculty,
faculty.
you're you're borrowing a lot of format. Like I don't want to say you're borrowing the story because
Inspiration's
it's
a
not the
good,
story. The
yeah,
story is completely different.
yeah,
But like the format of the movie of like these amount of characters go to a bar,
yeah. The outline,
vampires happen.
yeah,
That's
outline is similar, but the ways we fill them in are a lot different and different enough to where it is its own original thing. But I'm glad he does mention it as an inspiration to the thing and doesn't try to act like it's got nothing in common with his movie because come on now. Come on, brother. But no, this is good.
I mean, I
I
do
think
want
I
to
like
stress
Sinners
this.
is
I do
more.
want to stress that it is
I do like
I
Sinners
do
more.
feel that it is two completely different films.
Yeah,
Like it just shares like it sounds like a lot of like brothers, bar, vampires second half, but it is still a very different movie.
yeah. I'm just saying
But
it's
yeah.
too the beats like you mentioned. The main thing is just like the random
I think
story
he could have
beats like
shouted it
that.
out a little bit more. I don't know. I just want to tread softly on like Ryan Coogler stole kind of,
Oh
or like,
no.
or, and you weren't saying that. I just,
Yeah,
as sometimes as you can get a little overprotective of what people would interpret us saying,
yeah.
I just want to get that clear is like, I'm not saying anything of like Ryan Coogler robbed Robert Rodriguez or anything like that,
Yeah.
or he put any less work into his film because it
Hmm.
shares these formatting beats.
Oh no.
Um, it's just very similar formatting beats, and I think it maybe could have required a little louder of a shout out than what I could find on the internet.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
you think you like Sinners more?
I think I
Do you
like
think that's
Sinners
just
more.
for modernness or like you
Ah,
like Sinners more? Like you think it's better?
I like the over like the story of Sinners is a bit more cohesive throughout.
Right.
Like this is two different movies and everything. And if the trailer didn't spoil the vampire thing back then I would definitely like commend them a bit more for doing that. Like let's catch people off guard because people think they're just going to see a cool uh Clooney movie. Yeah, let's watch a George Clooney action movie. He's from ER or whatever fucking show he was on.
43 seconds into the original Dust from Dusk Till Dawn trailer number one.
Yep.
They're like, vampires. I just needed to confirm because I thought that that was the case, but I wasn't sure in my head.
Yeah, I believe they could have done that a bit better, like from a marketing standpoint. I would have liked that. This is a movie where they would have probably caught a lot of people off guard
I
with
mean,
that vampire thing.
it is what Sinners is what created a outright ban inside my home on film trailers because my wife is tired of getting the entire movie spoiled to her. So like if I want to watch a trailer, I have to watch it on my own time.
Yeah.
I can't like put it on the YouTube and the on the big TV in
Well,
in the main room kind of thing.
I told you that's one of the things I don't like about trailers now as well. Like when it's like the Fantastic Four or any of these things. Like if it's a movie I really want to watch and I'm not like in a theater being told, "Hey, so here's a trailer in your face."
Yeah.
I just hate when the trailers, because yeah, they keep telling you more and more about the movie. It's like I was already hyped to watch it. You don't have to spoil part of it to try and get me to watch it. I was gonna watch it anyway. Now, what's the point? You told me the whole plot.
Yep, yep, yep. I agree with you. I like Sinners as well more. I think it is a more complete movie, obviously. And then there's all the other ancillary bits that make a film that are better in like score, music,
Score, yeah.
cinematography, lighting, all of
Hmm.
that kind of. I mean,
Acting.
just the scene itself of the "I lied to you" performance, the false oneer of going through that dance bar and all the different spirits coming in, and then the barn burning to the ground, and like that entire sequence is better than anything in this film.
Yeah.
But this is still very enjoyable, like it's a
Oh,
fun
loved it.
ride kind of thing. It's a
Loved it.
it's honestly it's almost to the point where the first half hurts it a little bit, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
it's fun for the first time you're watching it. And I think every rewatch after that, you just want it to get
To that part.
to
To
the
the
you want it to
vampire
get to the
stuff.
second half because this weird crime creepy dude who wants to fuck this 16-year-old movie isn't going to go anywhere. And you know that.
Yeah.
They're all going to die before any resolutions happen. Um,
What did that girl go on to do? She looks hella familiar.
Juliette Lewis, she's done
Oh,
a shit
okay.
ton of stuff. I mean,
Fair.
uh, let's play the what does IMDb most know her for?
Boss bitch.
Boss bitch. Um, they have Natural Born Killers as one of her main credits. Um, I mean, her biggest thing most recently was she was in Yellow Jackets,
She
which
was
was
in
a
National
really,
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
oh yeah, she's the daughter in that.
Maybe that's where I recognize her.
She's the voice of one of the radio DJs in GTA 5.
Hilarious. She's also in Old School, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, she's been in a ton of stuff.
So, yeah, okay. She just
One
had
of
a
my mother's
familiar.
favorite movies, The Other Sister.
Gotcha.
She play she plays a special needs person. It's
Also,
one of those
apparently, she
where
was on the Wonder Years.
actor goes full. You never go full,
Never go
as
full.
as Robert Downey Jr. taught us.
Yeah.
She went
Yeah.
full, but my mother loved it.
Okay.
She had it on VHS, watched it like once a year.
All right. So, yeah.
But yeah,
Fair
from
enough.
dusk till dawn.
I did not know she was on the Wonder Years as well.
Omari, you gonna suggest something this week?
I am going to surprise the folks, is what I'm
Ooh,
gonna do.
surprised me
So
too.
keep that out. Yes, and you as well. So stick around for that. In the meantime, you can catch everything else on this channel, including our coverage of Sinners on here, as well as anything else we do on Tuesdays for This Guy Hasn't Seen. On Saturdays, we got a show called You Don't Watch Sports. It's two guys, three topics, helping you sprinkle a little information to your casual sports conversation. Be a guiding light through the sea that is
Sprinkle,
casual
sprinkle,
sports talk.
sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Yes, indeed, and it's football season, so you know we could be talking. Also, I have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That's Giotavi. Come on in, stop on by. There's other stuff going down on the channel every once in a while. You know, just keep an eye out. Just go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I don't say that a lot, but do it. Why
We're
not?
always trying to make moves.
Yeah, always trying to make moves. So go ahead and do that. Bill, you got anything else you want to say to the folks?
Hey, come here, come here, come here, come here.
What's up?
love you. Genuinely. I love you. I hope you have a great day.
Same, buddy. Yes. Thanks, everybody. You heard him. Adios.
Bitch.